Oops. Welcome to Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens game. Game day news, game preview, and the Guess the Score contest. Come join the chat and let's talk hockey. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. And if I could be any whiter, you'd see right through me. All right, so we got the it's a big night tonight. We got the return of Carey Price. Finally. So he'll start tonight. Carey Price back, his first game of the season. He has not played since July 7th, I believe, in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals last season. So it's a big day here in Montreal. A lot of people excited. We're all excited to have Carey Price back into the fold. Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a really good performance from the guys up front for him. And, yeah, we'll just see how he does. It's a situation where it's back-to-back games today, tomorrow. The only thing, I doubt they're going to play him back-to-back. It's going to be a question that Daryl asks when we get to the see who's here. Yeah, I kind of doubt they're going to play back-to-back. So I guess we're going to see Monty against Washington. I don't know if that's surprising. Maybe you don't want to throw Carey Price in there against Washington on his first day. The win against Washington, it doesn't mean anything. So and that's probably what's happening. Anyway, we got Carey Price tonight. It's exciting. I think the Bell Center is going to go crazy. I think it's going to be pretty loud in there. And, yeah, let's see who's here now. So the only comments that we do have are from Daryl Adams. I forgot to tell you this stuff, and thanks, Daryl, for your comment reminding me that. You'll get game day news here. I've got some news, game preview, so that's coming up soon. And there is the Guess the Score contest. If you guess the score of the game and you're the first goal scorer of the game, and you can pick that guy from either side, and you will win $10 directly into your bank account. So please leave your guesses in the chat. Hey, Hockey Junkie. Excited for tonight's game. I think everybody is really, right, to see Carey Price back. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. I really hope they win on this game back. I hope my only fear is that he's coming back slightly early. Although I really doubt that. I don't see why he would. So I hope he's, fully ready. And, we don't have to feel sorry for him for some reason. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm hoping for that. So Daryl's got 5-2 Habs. Caulfield with the first goal. Says also glad to see Price will play tonight. Great to see. You think they will put Price in back-to-back games? No, I mean, really, I don't. As I just said, I don't. In general, you don't play goalies back-to-back anymore in general. And I don't see why with Price coming back first game. I don't see why. Here's a scenario I see. That this is the only way I see that happening. If the Islanders can't generate much shots, so we get 20 or less shots, maybe we see Carey Price tomorrow. Maybe. That's the only scenario I see where he might play tomorrow. I've been known to be wrong. Just ask my ex-wife. Or my kids. So there's that. Hey, Lucas. So happy to see Price again. Don't think we would see this season at this point. Didn't think we would this season at this point. Okay, Rick, read it properly. Well, no, I mean, I did. Yeah. He's not playing to be showcased. He's not playing because the Habs need him in there. He's not playing because the fans want to see him in there. In my mind, he's playing for only one reason. Well, two, but it's kind of like the same. He's here for himself. He needs to know that he still has what it takes to play. He needs to just get in there and just be with, he needs to play again. He's an athlete. He's a goalie. He identifies as a Montreal Canadiens goalie. He needs for his mental health to do that. Plus, I think it's really important for him to test himself to see where he's at right now, know what to work on in the off season in his mind. It doesn't matter about the coaches. And set goals for himself, but he needs to know where he's at. and he can't do that in a simulated game or in practice. He needs to do that in an NHL game. And I think that's the reason Carey Price is coming back with 8 games left in the season. Bye-bye, Habs 4-1 Suzuki. He also says he's playing to prove to himself he still has it. Yep. 4-1 Islanders. Eberle, Guru. Traitor against Price. Really? I don't know. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I hope it's not something like, I just hope Price is back, and maybe not at his best, but still back where he's he can win. No, conservative lawyer. I said that's exactly. I said that in my video today, and that's right. He said that it's how he identifies as him, like how am I putting it? I guess that's his part of his identity. That's a good way to put it. But that's how he sees himself, and he didn't say as an NHL goalie, right? He said as a goalie for the Montreal Canadiens organization. So that, I mean, to me, he's not going anywhere. Habs Guru, reverse psychology. Like that. That's cool. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. So I'm going to do some game day news in a few minutes. I'm going to do this straight off the bat. Let's get this. There's some sad stuff, so let's do that right away. And the sad stuff is the hockey community lost a really, really big name and a big person, and that is Mike Bossy passed away today at the age of 65. I have some memories of Mike Bossy. Mike Bossy is one of the few times you could say something bad about Sam Pollock. Sam Pollock passed on Bossy. I think the Islanders had to pick after Montreal. They chose to take Mark Napier, who turned out to be a 40-goal scorer in the NHL. So not like it was a bad pick, but he passed on Bossy, a native Montrealer. I don't know the reasons why, but I'm sure that's like one of the times you can say, he wasn't very good on that one. So Mike Bossy, almost a Montreal Canadian, but here's a picture of him. 50 goals in 50 games. He did that. I don't know. Well, it would have been before Gretzky, so he might have been only the second one to do that. Gretzky did it in 39. So Mike Bossy there with Maurice Richard. You can look here on his record. Well, let me read what I wrote. So we'll go over that in a sec. The purest goal scorer like ever in the NHL, Mike Bossy, passed away today. He was 65. He was a 4-time Stanley Cup champion, a Hall of Famer. In 1992, I also read 1991. I don't know which one. He won the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year, a Conn Smythe Trophy, 3 Lady Bings, 9 straight seasons with 50-plus goals. 5 times he hit 60-plus, and 1 time 69, he hit 68, 67. Like he's amazing goal scorer. 573 goals, 553 assists for 1,126 points in an amazing 752 games. He was a true hockey legend. Asked why he scored so many goals. I don't think it was in an official interview. Somebody that knew him personally, some famous person, said his response was, because I rarely missed the net. And that's probably, like, I don't remember, like, but that's probably the truth. He was very accurate shot. And I think today we can look back at it and say, well, the goalies were all stand-up goalies. And you didn't see, they started to do the butterfly near the end of his career, but they were stand-up goalies, not a lot of butterfly goalies. I think that had a little bit to do with it, but if you put Mike Bossy in today's era, well, his skill level also would have been way up. So his shooting would have been like, you want to say Matthews because everyone's talking about him. But, Cole Caulfield, Laine, that kind of shot. So anyway, yeah. So look at it. You can look at his numbers. I don't know. It's really small there, but from 1977-78, he hit 53 goals in his rookie year, 69, 51, 68, 64, 60, 51, 58, 61. And then in his final season, he only managed 63 games, 38 goals, 37 assists for 75 points. He had back issues. So in a 10-year career, incredible, this guy. Now, I remember Mike Bossy's rookie year. I even remember where I was when he scored 50. And in those days, you didn't find out right after the game, or we didn't have this kind of stuff. So I remember we were living on the farm in Ormstown, but I was in town, I guess with my parents. We were driving up the expressway. So now either on the service road or on the expressway, and just going either up to the Metropolitan or onto the service road to head east. And they were talking about Bossy and him scoring. And I just remember this. This is a flash in my, I'll remember this for my whole life. When he was a rookie and how they were talking about him. And, I didn't think it registered like that in my head because he was Mike Bossy from the Islanders. But I'll never forget it. I have this vivid memory of on the radio them talking about him because he had gotten 50 goals in his rookie season. So Mike Bossy, I almost met him, almost got to play golf with him. I worked with his nephew Keith, or cousin or nephew, I don't remember, Keith Bossy, and we were going to go play golf one weekend, and he got called away for something happened. He couldn't make it, and almost got to meet him, and almost got to play golf with him. So Mike Bossy, he'll definitely be missed. Apparently a fantastic person. I just only read good things about him, and I rest in peace, Mike. Rest in peace. Condolences and sympathies go out to his family and friends. So Mike Bossy, a true hockey legend, is gone at the age of 65. Very sad. Where am I now? You missed if you never got to see him play, he was one of the great ones. It was like anytime he was on the ice, he was a danger to score. Hey, Babe Boy, awesome. They're going to be in the Reds, but the Whites are the best. And Matthews got what? 150 goal season. I'm just comparing the shot, like the same kind of shot. That I wasn't comparing Matthews to him. I would never do that. Ever. But I mean, he would have that type of a shot if he was playing today, Mike Bossy. Conservative lawyer, I would really be surprised if they don't have something for Mike Bossy. Yeah, it is a shame he wasn't. Montreal better considering he is in Montreal. Yeah, well, that's why. I mean, he was a Montreal guy, and they'll do something for him. He was a legend. You remember getting this? I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, in those days, right? You got the game scores the next day in the newspaper. And if you got your newspaper too early, you sometimes didn't get all the scores till the next day after that. Or you had to watch on TV for any newscasts, the sportscast on the news. That was it. That was the only way back then to get those things. Or on the radio. Oh, no worries, babe. The White's the best one anyway. I'm just saying they're home tonight, so it's red. But no, I know I got 2 red jerseys back then, but I didn't buy those jerseys. They were given to me. I like the white. I definitely like the white. Okay, let's continue. It is the 38th anniversary of let me get a picture of this, of the Good Friday massacre between Montreal and Quebec in a playoff game here in Montreal. I did a video about this, and when I did the video, when I had to watch the game, it was on YouTube, so I downloaded it. I watched it. While I was watching it, and they got to, that point, and things were starting to get rough, and then it happened, and I was so angry, just like the night it happened, because I'll never forget that night. So yeah, so it's the anniversary of that. If you've never seen it, just go on YouTube. There are videos about it. It's just pretty amazing that night. This is good news if you are looking for that big pick. The Habs have officially secured a top 10 pick. Any scenario in the draft lottery that could happen has the Habs no worse than 10th at this point. So Arizona will officially get the Hurricanes' first round pick in the deal that we got Christian Dvorak, and that was the pick that we got for the KK offer sheeting. So there you go. So that's it has to happen at some point where it'll be official. Hopefully, that it doesn't mean we're going to get the 10th pick, but we're going to get no worse than the 10th pick. So everybody knows Carey Price is starting tonight, and Caden Primo. I would have thought they'd done this last night, but I think they were waiting for the morning skate to officially say Carey Price was gonna, that it's kind of like a game time decision, and they sent Caden Primo back to Laval, which is, I would have thought that was the first signal that Carey Price was going to play, but it was not. And that is my game day news. I'm not expecting to see I'm not expecting to see a really rusty Carey Price. I'm not expecting to see Carey Price from the playoffs who was right at top of his game, but I'm expecting to see a guy I don't think he's putting himself out there if he doesn't feel he's ready, right? Fully ready to go out there and play. So I'm expecting to see a solid Carey Price out there. That's my expectation. I hope the Habs tighten up the defense around him. That's all. Jackson. Hey, Jackson. 3-0 Habs. Galley with the first one. All right. Price is going to get a shutout in his return. I like that. Hey, filibuster. Habs 5-3. Evans first goal. Go Habs go, and happy Easterings. I guess happy Easter, everybody. I don't it's Passover as well for all my Jewish viewers. I'm an atheist now, so I don't do anything about it. So sorry. But to everybody who celebrates either Easter or Passover, may you have a good night. And besides, if it's Passover, what are you doing here? You should be at your Seder. It's also Friday, so it depends. When I was a kid, we'd say, oh God, I haven't said it in a long time. Good Shabbos. So when I was working for a very religious Jewish company, deliveries, I would say on Friday to everybody, have a good Shabbos. They say something else now, but so to all the Jewish people, good. I don't know what they say for Passover. It's kind of like in French for Easter, isn't it? It's Pesach. Anyways, have a good Passover and a good Shabbos, and for the all the other people, happy Easter. Not bad for an atheist. Oh, geez, Lucas, that's expensive. Eh? You're looking at $300, right? Maybe it's not as much, but it's close. Andrew, yeah, I hope so. I don't think he's coming back and he's going to be all rusty and look horrible. I think he feels he's ready. He may look a little rusty at first, but I think he'll be ready. Luka, there's another reason why we're not going to win the last 9 in a row, and that is very simple. We only have 8 games left. But yeah, you're right. They're not going to win the last 8. They're just not. They might win what? A couple, maybe 3. Like, they're not. I had predicted they're not getting to be like worse than 30th. But right now they're sitting in 31st. So 31st, 30th, maybe 32nd. They're going to be right in there. And at worst, they'll get a 5th pick. And speaking of that, now this isn't official, but it's somebody that I follow on Twitter. I mean, these are pretty good. So this is that person's rankings. Shane Wright, Simon Nemec, Frank Nazar, and Juraj. Is that it? Juraj Slafkovsky, and then David. It's too small. I can't pronounce that. So it looks like, if they don't get first pick overall, and they're interested in Slafkovsky, although you got to figure if one of those, if that Nazar guy, they figure he is a definite top 6, like a can't miss top 6 center, you almost have to draft this guy. But they might go after Slafkovsky, and it's kind of the guy I'm looking at. But anyways, I don't know. Like, I'm not there with all the draft stuff and everything. I'm not up on everything, so unfortunately, I can't really. I kind of want to get Slafkovsky if we can't get right. I think Slafkovsky could be like maybe that's the guy, the guy they're looking for to put on that line with Suzuki and Caulfield. Like, Slafkovsky looks like he could be that guy, right? So, all right. Hey, you Colin, how's it going? 5-1 Habs, Carey Price with the goal. Listen, if that's the case, I know who you are, because there's only one person who did that. And if it's that, and that's who you are, it's okay. Just be good. Because only one person ever did that, but that's probably because you're saying that because it's his first game back. 5-0. Price wins all over. Evans still scores first. You're going 5-0 now. But why would that change your score? Did you have it 3-0? Oh, it was 5-3. Yeah, I get it. Andrew, Habs will finish 30th. Well, that's my prediction in my hot take video. That's what I said. They'll finish no worse than 30th. That's what I'm saying. Which means no worse than a 5th, a number 5 pick. So, I'm good with that. I thought it was 9 games against Columbus. 1, 2, 3. Wait. No, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, because there's only 7 games left after tonight. There's 4 next week, 2 the week after. That's it. Yeah, Luca, that's, by the way, what you're saying about Nezar, I don't know enough about any of them. So there you go. So I kind of think it's going to be Slafkovsky if he's still there when they pick. Right? And let's see, what games you got wrong? It's the Minnesota game. I don't think there's a Minnesota game. The Rangers, Washington, Ottawa, Boston, Buffalo, maybe the Philadelphia one. The Rangers and Florida are the last 2 games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your Minnesota game there is not right. That they're not playing Minnesota. Because if they are, I don't know when they are. I got all the games on my plotter here. So every week, but the games are there, and I know what games there are. Well, there you go. Well, with what you said, I get that. So if Wright is gone, and if Savoie might be gone when they pick, Slafkovsky's their guy if he's there. That's how I say it. Anyway, that's the guy I'm looking at. I know when they picked KK, I wanted Tkachuk. Should have taken Tkachuk. Caulfield, no, I wanted Newhook, but Caulfield fell. I wanted Caulfield, so that was no problem. With Gooley, I don't know if I had a specific guy, but I was very happy with the Gooley pick. With Mayu, not so happy. Maybe in the long run I will be when everything's said and done, but at the time I wasn't. So, bye. So yeah, the Minnesota pick, but no Buffalo. I knew there's one of those are not right. Yeah, there's 7 games after tonight. Toronto Mob will fix the draft lottery, and the Habs will pick 10th. The only way the Habs pick 10th is if they finish in 8th with 8, and then they don't win the lottery, and they drop back to. I don't know if they can fix that. Luca, yeah, I just didn't have anybody, but when I did my videos and stuff, I liked those guys. I picked the guys that I liked out, but I didn't have anybody like I did with. I really liked. The names aren't coming to me. Yeah, no, I really wanted Kachuk, and then that's the New Hook. I really like New Hook. I didn't think Caulfield would fall there at all. And I really like New Hook, so I was a New Hook guy there. With the Gooley thing, yeah, I didn't really have anybody that year for some reason. I don't remember any. If I was high on anybody, I don't think so. I would remember that. Yeah, another couple of minutes, and I'll get to the pregame, the preview. Get it right. You're right, Andrew. That is how it's said now, right? Shabbat Shalom. I was raised with Good Shabbos, so I'm old fashioned. I'm sticking with Good Shabbos. Luca, yeah, Caulfield. I kind of thought Caulfield was going to go 8. I think 8 was Edmonton. I just thought Caulfield. I didn't see how Edmonton would pass on Caulfield, and they did. So, and I think all 14 teams ahead of us probably are starting, if they all aren't already, going, damn, we should have taken Caulfield. He's got the talent, that's for sure. I know it's still, it's still a small sample size, even though, it's still a small sample size on Caulfield. But I mean, I'm sold. How many Jews we got here in the chat other than me? Andrew, you Jewish? I mean, you got it right, so you must be. How many other than me and Andrew? ABL? Yeah, I talked about it before. You got that right, eh? Listen, you got that right. If they're not like if it's not any other deck, they were as feared in their era as any other 2 right wingers in any other era. I mean, it's kind of sad. Him and Gillies both less than a year apart. I know Gillies was last year, but late and but not that far apart. So kind of sad, right? I think they were line mates, weren't they, Gillies and Bossy? YouTube. That's why I kind of corrected it and said I think they were as feared in their era as any 2 in any other era. And I mean, you make a good point, right? Gordie Howe, Rock and Richard. Maybe the 2 most feared, right? You may be right in hockey circles. You may be right there, YouTube. Gordie, well, it was Gordie Howe, but his elbow was, man, that elbow was definitely feared. And I think was a pretty good fighter too. So you didn't mess with Gordie Howe. The Rocket either. The Rocket was a pretty good fighter. And he had to fight. He had no choice, especially early in his career. By the way, give it a thumbs up if you're having a good time. I appreciate that. Let's send Mike Bossy. But I talked about him, so let's send him off nice with a bunch of thumbs up for his legendary career. YouTube, it sure was, eh? It sure was. Great hockey player otherwise, too. I think a good part of it was how feared he was, right? You didn't want to get anywhere near that elbow. Yep. Yep. And my dad told me that Lou Fontinato was not really the same after that. And if you remember, I believe when they traded Doug Harvey to the Rangers, that's who we got back was Lou Fontinato. So it's funny you mentioned the name. But I believe my dad told me the same thing, that I don't think Lou Fontinato was the same after being knocked out like that by Gordie Howe. The Gordie Howe Hattie, Luca, you're right. Gino, an apple, that's a goal, assist, and a fight. Is it a goal? Is it a goal or assist? A fight, an elbow and a fight, something like that. Anyway, the Gordie Howe hat trick. Yeah, well, I don't care about Chara, but yeah. Yep. I just it's funny the name Lou Fontinato. That name doesn't come up very often, but yeah, somebody I'm pretty sure it was Gordie Howe was destroyed him, and he was not the same fighter after. And then, like I said, in 1960, I think it was 60 that I forget when they traded Doug Harvey. I think it was 60, and yeah, that's who we got back. Goal, assist, and a fight. Yeah, that's it. I was right the first time. Hang on. Itchy there. Just meant no one ever fought either of them because one was Gordie Howe and the other was 6'9", 265. No, I get it. Same thing with Larry Robinson. I mean, Larry Robinson was not in a lot of fights because he didn't have to. He just had to have a few, and then people said, nope, I don't want to fight him. Nope. And there was a lot of fighting back. If you go back in those days, I think I'm going to turn my light on. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, yeah? It doesn't work. I think, well, that's how light bulbs blow, I guess. That's funny. It was just working. All right, so I'm looking at this, but I think I got a preview to do. Okay, let's get to the preview. All righty, let's go here. New York Islanders in Montreal to face the Canadiens. Islanders are 34-30-9, 77 points, fifth in the Metropolitan. They're not going to make the playoffs. I think the next team up's got like 92. Anyway, they're not making the playoffs. Canadiens 20-43-11, 51 points, eighth in the Atlantic, and I hate to break it to everybody, the Habs aren't making the playoffs either. Where to watch or how to watch this game? Start time 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific in Montreal's region. TSN2 in English, RDS in French. In the Islanders region, MSG Plus. And streaming Sports Surge and NHL 66, because I doubt any of you are paying on those things to stream it. Maybe you are. Last 10 record for both teams, 6-4-0 for the Islanders on a one-game losing streak. Not much of a streak, just one. Montreal 3-6-1 on a three-game losing streak. And the season series, November 4th, Dominic Ducharme as the coach in Montreal. Islanders killed us 6-2. February 20th, Marty St. Louis as the coach in New York. Montreal beat them 3-2. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage. 44.8% is Montreal's. That's 31st. 46% is the Islanders, 25th. Goals per game, 2.57, 29th. That's Montreal. 2.75 for the Isles. That's 23rd. But not a huge difference. Goals against per game, 3.81 for Montreal, 32nd. 2.74 for the Islanders. That's 7th. And they are they're a defensive team. They've been known for that, and their defense is good. That's what that number says. Power play percentage, 13.6% for Montreal, 31st. 19.2% for the Isles, 22nd. It's decent. It's decent. It's a little better, maybe even than decent, but that's all. PK percentage, 74.7%, 28th in the league, and 85% for the Islanders. On a good defensive team, not surprising, they've got a good PK, and that's 4th in the league head-to-head this year. 1-1-0 for Montreal, 1-0-1 for the Islanders. I don't remember which game went into overtime. I guess that last second game did, obviously. I don't know which game. How do we not know which game? Shots on goal allowed per game, 32.3 for the Islanders and 34.6 for Montreal. Shots on goal 4 per game, 29.1 for the Islanders, 29.4 for Montreal. Face-off percentage, 51.4% for the Islanders, 9th, 48.5 for Montreal, 21st. Goalies tonight, it will be Semyon Varlamov, 9-15-2, 286 goals against, 914 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. And on the other side, it will be Carey Price. So Carey Price, obviously, first start of the year, no stats for him. And he's not even listed here because no stats. Players to watch last 5 games for the Islanders. Brock Nelson, 5 points. Zach Parise, 3 goals. Brock Nelson had 4 assists of that 5 points. And I guess that's Andy Green, +1. For Montreal, Nick Suzuki, 5 points. Cole Caulfield, 3 goals. And Suzuki, 4 assists of that 5 points. And Brendan Gallagher with a +6. Team leaders. In goals for New York Islanders, Brock Nelson, 33. Nick Suzuki, 19. Points, Nelson again, 54 points. And for the second game this year that I've seen, Nick Suzuki is outpointing the other team's top point getter, and Suzuki's got 56. Average time on ice, Adam Pelech, 21-20 for the Islanders, and Petrie, 22-10 for Montreal. Wins, Sorokin has 24 wins for the Islanders, and Jake Allen has 9 wins for Montreal. Habs scoring. Suzuki, 19 goals, 37 assists, 56 points. Caulfield, 18 goals, 20 assists, 38 points. Hopefully Caulfield likes him get a couple goals tonight. Anderson, 18 goals, 10 assists, 28 points. Hoffman, 11 goals, 17 assists, 28 points. I didn't mention Lekkonen's because he is no longer here. For the Islanders, Nelson, 33 goals, 21 assists, 54 points. Barzal, 14 goals, 36 assists, 50 points. Anders Lee, 26 goals, 16 assists, 42 points. And Noah Dobson, 10 goals, 31 assists, 41 points. Bottom 5 of the league, New Jersey, 58 points. Philadelphia, 57. And then there's Seattle, 52. Montreal, 51. And Arizona with 49, battling it out for the last spot and hopefully getting the first overall pick. The current line, Montreal is at home. So New York's on the road. Their away record is 15-17-5. Montreal's home record is 10-21-4. And versus each other over the last 3 seasons, New York's record is 1-2-1, and Montreal's record is 3-1-0. So there's a slight advantage here for Montreal to win this game tonight, besides Carey Price in that. Habs lines. Suzuki, Caulfield, Anderson. Line 1. Anderson back there. I'm not surprised to change it up. Dvorak, Hoffman, Gallagher. Line 2. Paling, Pitlick, Armia. Line 3. And Evans, Pizzetta. Pizzetta's back in the lineup. And Byron for line 4. On the defense, Romanov and Savard pairing 1. Edmondson, Petrie pairing 2. And Sheneman, Weidman pairing 3. Jordan Harris is sitting. And Carey Price is the starter with Montembeault backing him up. And for the Islanders, Nelson centering Lee and Beauvillier. Peugeot centering Bailey and Palmieri. Barzal in between Parise and Bellows. Zizekas in between Martin and Johnson. You've got Pellick and Pulak as the first pairing. Chara and Dobson, second pairing. And Hutton and Green, third pairing. And Varlamov starting with Sorokin as his backup. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your preview for today's game. Where was I? There we go. Hey, Matt. You could come in. I thought you were coming in here. Guess who's back? Carrie's back. Tell a friend. I did that today. Bobby Hall could have been a bodybuilder. Okay, that's kind of random. Will the real Slim Carey please stand up? Please go into the butterfly. You remember Gillies? He used to drop the mitts every once in a while to remind people not to knock on his door. Yeah, well, of course I remember Gillies. We hated Clark Gillies. Loved Mike Bossy, hated Clark Gillies. I mean, now I don't, obviously. But back in the day, man, jeez. Bobby Hall has a hell of a clap bomb. He could blast the puck. Bye-bye. Yeah, well, Bobby Hull had the hardest slap shot in the league in his day. Gretzky had McSorley and Semenko. How was Gretzky and Semenko? Kind of right. Bobby Hull said he intentionally fired the first few head high to throw the goalie off their game that night. Which night are we talking about? But yeah, he used to do that. And he played, and don't forget, they had no masks in those days. And he played long enough that while most dads pull kids off their kids in a fight in the front yard, he did it in the WHA. True. Going back to your comment about the 14 teams regretting not taking Caulfield, I think if they did it all over again today, it would be Hughes, Seider, Zegras, Caulfield. Yeah, no, I agree with you. The top 3 teams, maybe not so much, but I agree with you. There's 11 teams that would have taken them. I agree. Yeah. Bobby Hull did that in hockey like a baseball pitcher by Pedro Martinez, for example. Kind of, yeah. I think that's a good analogy. Hey, Captain. Can't wait to see Pricer out there tonight. Oh, I got to go in a minute. So, yeah. No, same here. I think all of us do. Since game is in Montreal, I'm predicting no matter what happens tonight, Carey will be first star, probably. Write it down in pen. YouTube, a good possibility. Will Montreal have 2 20-goal scorers after today? I hope so. I hope they both. I hope Caulfield gets 2 and Suzuki gets 1. BL 4-2 Montreal. Suzuki the first. Captain says Brian Bellows. Well, I don't know what another random. Are you talking about on the other team? There's a 20 goal. Anyway, Kiefer Bellows, is he playing? He's on the Islanders. Yeah. Hey Harry, how's it going, man? Welcome back, Harry. Happy to see the King back in net. Rest in peace, Mike Bossy as well. Yeah, just a somber. Like it's like totally one or the other side. Sad about Bossy. Totally happy about Price. Just one of those total emotional roller coaster days. And I got to go because I got to feed my dog and get ready for the next show. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I do want to send my condolences out once again, even though they won't see this, to the Bossy family. on the passing of Mike Bossy. Very sad. And yeah, I mean, just a hockey legend. We lost another hockey legend there, and pretty young. All right, so I'm going to take off. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Until we see each other in 15 minutes. Again, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And go Habs, go. Go Price, go. And I forgot what else I say. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. See you in a bit.